If you are having problems with dating German women, this is the perfect video for you. In this video, I'm going to give you some tips that you can use whilst dating German women for you to be more successful. Now, I am no Casanova, but I can tell you one thing, I have been successful enough to find the love of my life using these tips as well. If you are interested to know the things that I did whilst dating the woman that I love, then this is definitely the video for you. Most of these tips are super simple, and it's probably that you didn't even realise you were doing something wrong. But by the end of this video, you will have a really good understanding of the things that you need to think about whilst dating German women. But before we get started with the first point, I need to welcome all of my new subscribers and also thank everyone else that has been supporting me over the past weeks and months. You've been so fantastic. Please keep it up. It gives me great joy to go through all of the comments that you write on all of my videos, and also most of the comments that you do give on my videos help other people too. So on that note, if you do have any tips how other people can gain success whilst dating, then this is the right time to do it. Right, without any further ado, let's get started. So when you do meet a woman for the first time or all the time, always make an effort to look nice. Make sure you've cleaned your fingernails, you've cleaned your hands, you've had a wash, you've had a shower, you've made your hair look nice. If you need to shave, shave, or at least clean up your beard or something. Wear nice clean clothes, put some aftershave on, don't shower in aftershave. One spray is just enough. Now, if you do smoke, don't smoke. So when you do meet a woman, make sure you put the effort in. She will have sat there for like an hour probably in front of the mirror, putting her makeup on, doing her hair, spending hours texting her friends or WhatsApping her friends. She's probably been to the shops as well and bought a new top, a new outfit, just for you. So make sure you put the effort in, because it's the way that you are going to get one step further with her. Women love to hear compliments. Give her an instant compliment the first time you meet her. Say, "Oh, you look lovely." Don't say, "Oh, you look better than you did in the picture," right? That's basically telling her you looked ugly in the picture, but you don't look so ugly now. Give her a compliment. Make her smile. If this is the first thing that you say to her when you meet her, she's already going to be on a high because you've said something. Throughout the rest of the date, say the occasional compliment, say the occasional nice thing that you think about her, but don't overdo it. A woman will find it a lot nicer if you give her a few compliments than if you compliment her all the time. This next tip is the fine details, all right? When she does send you a message and you want to reply, try and add a smiley to it. Try and think about, wait a minute, just like a wink or a thumbs up or a happy smile or something like that. So always try to send her a message with some form of confirmation of what you're saying, so she doesn't then need to think about what it is you're saying or ask her best friend about what you said and what she should say. You want to be explicit. So when you do send a message, add some smileys at the end, not one, and definitely do not answer a woman when she says something with just a thumbs up. That is it. Put some form of emotion into it. That sounds fantastic. Thumbs up. I really like that. Thumbs up. I had a really nice time. Thank you. Thumbs up. Women love to see a little bit of emotion from you, so give her some emotion. So the first point, there are many German women who are probably going to say this is not true, but I can hear all of the men out there thinking this is damn true, and it happens every single time. Most German women will always ask you, what's your job, first of all. Now, they would say they're just interested to know what your lifestyle is, what your job is, but they're not. They're interested to know is how much money you earn and what security are you going to give them, because they want to see how big their house is or how many children they can afford, what type of car can they have. They already planned in their mind what type of life they can have with you. So let's just say that you say to a woman that you don't earn much money and you don't have a very good job. If this German woman is looking for a rich person or a well-paid person, you've got no chance, because she's already set boundaries on what she wants. I believe that there's a reason why German women want to know that a man earns more than they do. It's not because they want their money. They want to know that their man can have his own ego. So it's kind of like a little bit of give and take here. She wants security, but she also wants to know that the man's ego is still intact. So my second tip is all based upon dating apps. When you do find dating apps and you start chatting, hi, how you doing? She asks you what you do. You say, I'm like a helicopter pilot or something like that. Then you can start saying, hey, I really don't like texting. Do you want to like talk on the telephone? She's like, yeah, why not? So you send her your telephone number and then you start chatting, and then slowly you tell her, I'm not actually a helicopter pilot. I'm a dustman that doesn't earn any money and I'm an absolute idiot. Now, I don't think that you should lie to women. It's not correct. But sometimes just to get your foot through the door, because she's looking for a lawyer, doctor, helicopter pilot or something like that, earning lots of money, that it's your chance to get your foot through the door. Then you can use as much charm as you can to try and make her really, really like you. Tip number 3 is the time and place where you should meet the woman for your first date. Right, I want to be explicit here. Do not go to dinner with them. I can't say it enough. If you are going to meet a woman on the first date, go for a walk. Meet her at like 5:30, 6 o'clock. Go for a walk somewhere, round a wood, sit down in the park, do something outside. Now, yes, granted, at the moment, I don't think you could go for dinner with her anyway, so that plan's out the way. But in the very far future, when you're watching this, when all restaurants and bars and clubs are open, do not take her there. Your opening date, your first date needs to be memorable, right? Sitting in a bar and restaurant where your eyes can be floating around with lots of other women and she can focus her whole time on you, looking at all of the finest details about you, whether you've shaved, how long your hair is, how long your fingernails are, your hands, your chest, your arms. She will analyse you from top to bottom like a Terminator the whole time and everything you say. Sat at a table away from each other, you've got to make an explicit movement to stand up and sit down next to her, and that is moving into her comfort zone. Going out walking, you're always there. You can walk around her, you can stand in front of her, you can stop the conversation, you can stop walking, you can then touch her on the back to say, should we go this way? There are a whole bunch of possibilities that you can use. So the biggest tip that I can say is do not take her to a place where you are going to sit down over a table. Don't do it. If you have followed my previous tip about not sitting down at a table and going for a walk, this is the time now to really find things out about her and also let her know things that are passionate for you, right? This is not the time to talk about her ex-boyfriend, her ex-husband, her children if she has any children, or whether she wants children in the future, whether she wants to get married in the future, whether she wants to move in. None of these things are things that you want to talk about. Although these are probably topics that she wants to know about you, but stay away from them. They are not something to talk about. Keep them light-hearted, like hobbies, what music do they like, what was their last film that they watched, what type of food do they like, what type of jokes do they find funny, what type of YouTube channels do they watch, what do they use, Instagram, Twitter, what type of mobile phone do they have, and so on. All of these things that you can build a picture up about her. If she does, however, start talking about your family, try and deflect the conversation away from that. Be interested with her, but try and move it to another thing. You don't want to go deep into your life in that first 2 hours. You want to keep it light-hearted. So try and keep the first 2 hours based upon only the two of you and your interests, and that is it. And keep each topic as short as possible. So when you do find something out, ask a couple of questions, let her say something, let her ask you a couple of questions, answer, move on to the next topic. So the next tip is all based upon how she describes you to her friends, her best friend, her co-workers or whatever. Because they're all going to say, and how was he last night? And she's going to either say, he was nett or sympathisch. Now, if you are nett and you do find out that you are nett, then this is the Kleine Schwester von Scheiße. You don't want this, all right? You want to be sympathisch. But what you definitely don't want to be is too sympathisch. So remember, we are men. Women still want the alpha. They still want to have a man that will look after them, that will protect them, that will be there for them all the time. So you need to have a sprinkle of Arschloch. There are times to be the gentleman, but she definitely wants to know that she's going out with a man that can protect her. So the next tip is based upon whether or not you should pay for the meal on your first date. Any woman in Germany is expecting you to pay for it. A woman is going to be judging you based upon the fact if you say you pay half and I'll pay half, or you've got to pay it or I've got to pay it. Don't do it. If you want to impress this woman on your first date, pay for the food. The best thing to say is, I'm paying for this meal, and if you would like to pay for the next meal, then we can talk about it on the next date. This is a way of saying that she is important to you, so important that you don't care about what that meal costs because you just want to see her and be with her. By you paying for the first meal or meals that you go out, This is a way of her feeling maybe obliged to cook you dinner, right? To spend time in her kitchen, making you a nice dinner and then making herself look beautiful and so on. So spending 40, 50 euros on going out with a woman in the beginning is all down to you whether or not you want a future with a woman. There we go. The next tip is based upon when she decides to come to your home and also you decide to go to her home as well. Keep it as that for that evening and make sure that you're clear to her that there is no sleeping over or anything like that. Make it clear that we can have a nice dinner, we can have a nice time, watch a film or something and then go home, all right? This is really important for you. If you want a long-term relationship with this woman or you want something that is stable, this will be the foundations for this relationship because she would definitely really respect you because of this. Now, if she really wants this to happen, I would still advise you to say, there's enough time, we can see each other again. I'm sure that she's not testing you, but something subconsciously is saying to her, she doesn't want this, she wants you to say no. Now, this is all really down to you, but if she's that special to you, you can wait for at least one day or you can wait till you see her again because I'm sure it will be even more special after that. So that is my tip on the first time that you actually get to go to someone's place and have a nice dinner. She's probably put a lot of effort into this, so make sure you put a lot of effort into it as well. Bring a nice bottle of wine or something like that. Give her always compliments, but go home. There are many other tips that we could talk about in this video, but the video would just get too long. So for that reason, we're going to make a part 2. And for that, I need your feedback right in the comment section below. Any ideas that you have or tips or tricks that you could help other people with dating German women or just generally dating women. And if you do want me to mention your name or your channel, then let me know too, and I'll do that as well. So it was so much fun making this video after researching the points and having a chat with my partner and her friends to see what they thought about this. And it's really interesting to know what a man thinks about dating women and what a woman thinks about men's idea of dating them. Most of the ideas just come from my experience of dating women. So with that said, if you did like this video and you did like any of the points that I said, please give me a like and definitely write a comment down below telling me what you thought about this video. I really need to hear your feedback. It is so important for me to be able to grow this channel. And it really does support my channel as well. So go back through, listen to all of my tips and really criticize any points that I've made because I'm super interested to hear them and I would definitely answer every single one of them, all right? And I will like every single comment because I'm really grateful for all of your feedback, be it negative or positive. So it's now time for me to say thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate that you've watched all the way to the end. So once I have uploaded the second part to this video, it'll be displaying on the screen right now. If not, then check out any other videos with my face displaying on it and click it straight away. Final thing to say is thanks very much for watching, good night and goodbye.